Ukobani returns. The most impactful and cost-effective way to fulfill Ukobani, this seed, to help the Ummah. For just £80, you can provide 2.
Am I heard? I have no idea if this is going to work or not. I set up the stream like 15 minutes ago.
You will also
just like to get the audio right. Is everything working okay? Do I sound alright?
Displacement and bombing in Gaza.
Probably get the music on. There we go. Hello! I am here! Excellent. Do I sound alright? Is the sound quality okay? Am I loud enough? Is it well balanced enough against the music? Once again, I have no idea what I'm doing. Why is there an ad in the background? Behind me or what? Huh? Yeah, do the smart thing and get the stream up on my phone so I can check it as well. How are we all doing tonight, people? Music's right. Thank you very much. I will turn the music down just a touch. Oh my god, that should not be that loud. How about that? Is that too loud or too quiet now? How are we all doing tonight, people? Huh. That's still too loud. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this ad audio, but technical difficulties aside, welcome everybody. I've spent a lot of money, and I'm feeling some shame, but toy. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this ad audio. Technical difficulties aside, welcome everybody. I've spent a lot of money. Everything working all right now? Yep, perfect. Just wait for a couple more to come in before I stick to it. All right, wonderful. Stream audio is echoing. That was probably just because it was playing on my phone. Everything working all right so I could check it, but do we have any? Excuse me. We're in the middle of a heat wave, and my brain is completely fried. All right, audio's fine. I don't know if we just have it here in the UK, but I don't know. Does anyone else have this? The Dr. Pepper cream swirl. I'm gonna have a glass. It's quite refreshing. Alright, audio's fine. I don't know if we just have it here in the UK, but I don't know. Apologies to anyone who can hear the fan in the background. If you can at all, I did try and get some noise compression going on just so that wouldn't be picked up, but it's like 30 degrees. So I'm not going without it. Yeah. How are we doing? We're doing well? Apologies to anyone who can hear the fan in the background. If you can at all, I did try and get some noise compression going on just so that wouldn't be picked up, but it's like 30 degrees. Yeah. So I'm not going without it. So, yeah. How are we doing? We're doing well? The one and only Kian's McCollection sold me both of his Victory HASLABs on the lead up to Lyo Kaiser for a nice, cheap for these price, not cheap for anything else. And yeah, I'm going to open them and probably progressively feel more buyer's remorse throughout the video. So hope you enjoy. Lyo Kaiser for a nice, cheap for these. I don't know which one I want to open first. Probably Victory Saber. Just because I've heard so many more positive things about this. I've heard not negative, but like kind of indifference towards Victory Saber. My audio is echoing. I don't know which one I want to open first. Probably Victory Saber. Not sure. Just because I've heard what I can do about that, unfortunately. I've kind of got it running on a split channel because these mics are a little bit strange. Yeah, okay. Huh. Yes, I would have considered that Deathsaurus if not for the fact that I had this one anyway, so kind of did everything I needed for it. Yeah, audio properties. Yes. I would have considered that is a very good point. Yeah. Let's just mute the stream. That should do it. MCM London. MCM London was incredibly warm. It was alright. It wasn't quite where I wanted it to be. Like, I held it on a bit of a pedestal because I went when I was 10 years old. And I was like, oh my god, this is the best thing I've ever done in my life. This is incredible. This time I went and it was just warm and quite packed. But still went pretty well. I got, just grab him. I got good old Hot Rod. Yeah, so he's all right. You can expect the video on him next week if my next import doesn't turn up. Well, in good time. Wonderful. Hello, how are we doing? Yes, I'm thinking about maybe going to the October one just so I can like actually see some of the Hasbro stuff. I expected them to be there this time, not knowing that they didn't go for the May one, and yeah, that was a bit of a shame. But yeah. Should we crack this guy open? Hello. I'm going to crack him open. So yeah, for those of you who didn't catch it, these were a purchase from our very own Keansmith collection. I expected that to stand, I really did. Where can I put that that's actually in frame? It doesn't need to be in frame, does it? These were a purchase from Keansmith Collection, who was buying a HASLAB Galactus. And he needed to make the money back in somewhere or another. So I've got a bag with a couple of accessories in it that were apparently loose, and the rest of it is packed up like they are new. So I'm going to be getting like 75–80% of the HASLAB experience with these. So it should be all right. W. Keen indeed. Pardon me. Excuse me. But yeah. Omega Prime. The Omega Prime HASLAB. I've had like the core bot for Optimus in hand, but like never actually the full thing. But that one just doesn't do it for me. But these ones, love to see a full collection tour at some point. The only time that I'll ever probably do a collection tour is if I'm moving. I'll be perfectly honest. My collection is like always changing up, but it's not really that big. I mean, this little shelf, this set of shelves, another one there, and one above my PC, and that's all I've got. So, yeah. Yeah, Deathsaurus is a little bit easier to come by than this guy, isn't he? This one's just very spenny to come across, but I was fortunate. You know, friends discount is a thing. In fact, look at that. Look at that modern technology right here. We do have the table camera. I almost forgot to use it. But yeah, it's a gorgeous box, this. It's very shiny. You've got like the... I don't know if this is proper vac metal or just shiny printing. Someone could please let me know if they know. But yeah, this print has got me very excited for him. I have not seen Victory, no, but I backed Lyokaiser. I backed Lyokaiser just because I love combiners. And then when the opportunity came for these to be in my possession, I figured why the hell not. So yeah, gorgeous piece altogether. I am going to experience that right now. I'm not going to experience it like that. That looks like a disaster waiting to happen. Okay. Got the legals. Just put that there. Slide that off. Oh, damn. Okay. Okay, I don't think I'm ever going to get a good look at this because I don't want to pull this apart, but you can kind of see in there. There's this huge print on the inside of this thing. That's awesome. I had no idea about that. I do have like a fairly good idea of what to expect with these two, more so with Deathsaurus. Just because, you know, I've seen reviews and stuff, but there we go. It's specifications, the instrucciones, the destructions, if you will. Am I going to add these boxes to the wall? If I can find a way to fit them, they're huge. These things are enormous. These are like... They're a little bit bigger than a commander box, I'd say. A little bit thinner. And they're both different widths, I think. Different widths, different heights. Kind of makes it a little bit difficult, but... I think I also have a couple of things in this little bag that I need to separate in. So, which ones? Victory Saber, the little guys were these two, weren't it? It was the police car and the fire engine. Definitely think Deathsaurus is better. I don't doubt that. I've seen both of these before. I have been to Kean's and seen them on the shelf, but I dare not touch them. So, this is going to be a new experience in one way, but... at least not my first time looking at them. I think all this stuff is for Victory Saber. In fact, I doubt there would be because these are Hasbro instructions, but I am wondering if there's a table of contents in here. Oh my... Jesus Christ. What kind of fold-out do you... What do you mean? What do you mean, man? Okay. That's going back over there. That's terrifying. Where are you even supposed to put that? My God. I think I'm just gonna have to brute force my way through this one. And figure it out as I go. But yeah. Some Lyokaiser chatter. What do we think about Lyokaiser, actually? What do you guys think? Because I'm really excited for him, but I know, especially after the upset with the last HASLAB, people probably aren't going to be the most amused if anything starts to go wrong. And of course, he is shipping out. Not in the UK, as far as I can tell. We always get shafted with HASLABs, but I am looking forward to him. I have high hopes. But yeah, so we've got our first clamshell here. Don't know if you can see that very well, but we've got a stand, some accessories, blast effects, sword. Oh! Oh, hang on a sec. Hang on 1 second. That is gorgeous. Just gonna... If I tip it... Right. I'm just gonna rotate this around so you guys can see what I see. First up, something just moved in here, and I'm kind of worried about that. But first off, this gorgeous poster. It's like hard cardboard. Something just fell out again. Wonderful. Got Deathsaurus in the back there. The whole team there. And then... Oh, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, I dropped the gun. Wonderful. Oh, boy. Right. These can just carefully sit there. I heard that there's some chipping issues with Star Saber's chest crest. Is that right? I've heard that from multiple sources. What the hell? Stickers, really? These can stay there. But yeah, I've heard from multiple people, including Kian, that the chest can chip. Fortunately, it doesn't look like mine has. Yeah, the chrome on mine does seem to be pretty good. This can wait, actually. Yeah, let's just do the figures. Yeah, the chrome. There's some very minor chips on Victory Leo, but Star Saber himself is in very good condition. Ooh, that is very weighty. Yeah, that is incredibly weighty. He's got some gorilla arms on him. He's a little bit long of arm. Appears to have the old Jetfire hands as well. That's neat. Do like that. Okay. Okay. Right. This figure feels interesting, to say the least. I'm not sure if that's like a good or a bad interesting, but there's definite presence to him, isn't there? Oh, plastic ties all over the gold chrome. Led to chipping. That does not sound fun in the slightest. Yeah, no. Mine, I don't know how well you can see that there, but the chrome on Victory Saber, or not Victory Saber, the Star Saber, isn't it? The whole thing is Victory Saber. The chrome on Star Saber is in very good condition, so I'm happy about that. Just having a go on him here. Just get that out of the way. Ah. Is there any transforming I need to do? I do wonder. What the hell do I do with you? Okay. Oh, this is slightly terrifying. Problem on... Oh, wait. Does... Oh, okay, I get you. Yep. I think I see what I'm supposed to be doing here. Yes. So we got that, and then that. And they fold out like so. There we go. We have some feet. Wait till I get them combined. Give Star Saber the Star Saber from the Nemesis Prime bundle. That's a good idea. Could be fun. I could have him dual-wielding primers as well. Star Saber with the Star Saber and the Star Saber. Oh god, that doesn't seem like it has enough clearance. Am I about to snap this thing in half on stream? Nope. Just a little stiff. Alright, there we go. Ooh! Hang on. Hang on 1 second. Okay, I don't know if any of you can hear it through the noise suppression, but this guy's quite ratcheted. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So, there is a very slight ricketiness to this guy. But it's not like a bad ricketiness, if you get what I'm saying. It's kind of a niche comparison, but it kind of feels like Unicron's ratchets, but smaller. Know about the little guy in his chest and head? Yes, I did. While I'm not very familiar with the lore, I'm quite familiar with the figure. So, surely the knees can go forward a little bit more than that. I've untabbed something. He is coming apart. Oh, no. Right. Ah, God. Does anyone know if there is an issue with the knees? Like the ratchets in the knees? Because this knee, it doesn't want to completely straighten. It's not lining up right, but I think that's forgivable. I'm just hoping that it doesn't compromise the whole big combine mode. But so far, I'm pretty impressed with the state of Saber himself. Let's read some chats. So, yeah, loose right knee. Mine also has a loose right knee, so that's a shame. Oh, move your entire good luck. Yeah, good luck with that one. This collection around me, I couldn't. It will be a difficult move eventually. Okay, I'm gonna get this guy into a bit of a pose. And break out his cat. Just do it on camera, not be, you know, a mong. That wouldn't help. Kind of limited on the ankles, isn't he? There we go. In fact, I brought a lazy Susan with me. We're going low tech today. There we go. Many a cake has been decorated on this thing. That's actually a decent enough looking display for him. I'm going to move that there just for now so I can read some chats. Go back a little bit. Yeah, pull yours down, swoosh him around. He deserves it. Look at him. Charming little fella. Is there anything that I've missed in particular? Saving for the next HASLAB, hopefully a new Piranacon. That could be interesting. Could be very interesting. I'm kind of hoping that in the same vein as Lyokaiser, I know we probably won't anytime soon, but I hope we get a Predaking that's just like really big and chunky. I think that could be great. Manual went a little overboard. Yes, it did. Fire and Holly. Yes. I think I'm caught up. Sable's first HASLAB. Really hope you can get Unicron one day. Collecting HASLABs for a video? No, I'm collecting HASLABs because I'm insane and I don't know how to spend my money. But yeah, Unicron. For those of you who have not been keeping up with it, I have been slowly working my way towards doing a Titan class video, which we have been working on, the whole group of myself, Sheep, and Kian. And we recorded that recently, we got that all sorted, and one of the most difficult elements was figuring out if we were going to include Unicron, but we ended up doing it. We played with him on the table for a little bit, and I gotta say, if I had the space, that could be a dangerous game to play because that thing is really, really nice. I kind of want one. But I don't know. I would get a Unicron if I had the space, probably. That does seem like something I would do. Because I have no self-control. But yeah. Now, I'm going to look in here and see what there is to him. Because I'm just not familiar with this guy to a degree where I know, like, what weapons are his. Usually I am. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I bought this guy, because I'm so unfamiliar. It kind of serves as something new, you know? Pardon me. Right, so I'm taking it that that goes around like that. Okay, so that's... This weapon... I just move. Ah, that's the wrong one. There we go. Move that back. Got this big bazooka. That was slightly scary. So, big bazooka. And then, of course, another smaller blaster here. I don't know what this is for. This is a bit strange. This, I'm assuming, is a standard adapter. Facts. Oh, wait. Hang on. I've suddenly remembered that he has a shield with a lot of ports on the back. Look at that. DM the pick of whooshing yours. Excellent. That's what we like to hear. Okay, so that is your very Gundam-y shield. He's a very Gundam figure, isn't he? Didn't I hear that this guy was like designed by the guy who created Gundam? Is that just something that was made up, or is that actually a fact? What else we got? Got a sword blade. Going to experience a little bit of my plastic clamshell hatred here. Oh, that's kind of neat. So this is like in a smaller mode. I'm taking it, this is probably going to be the front of the vehicle mode or something. Then you can extend that, which actually frees up the port, so you can connect this sword. I kind of like that. That's pretty neat. There we go. I'm going to take this blaster off of him. Give him a sword instead. That is very cool. That is a very neat looking display. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna set Star Saber to the back for now. Just figure out this display stand for him quickly before we move on to Victory Leo. If I can get the clamshell back in. Bloody thing. Do I have Magmatron? Yes, I do. He is just up there. Behind. Kind of see Beast Wars 2nd Leo Prime back there. And Magmatron is right behind him. I'm assuming this is probably your stand adapter. Deathsaurus is a top figure in my collection. Very interested in the Laokaiser delivering this Wednesday. But the HASLABS was the Victory one wasn't borderline locked to HASLAB. Yes, I wish we could see a little bit more from Victory outside of HASLAB. I'm assuming this is for another mode, or another figure, or something. But I think I can see where this is going to tab in and directly cradle the figure. There we go. I just do that. There we go. Oh, that is not the most steady thing in the world, but it does look pretty cool. Just move that out of the way. If you want to save space and spend some money, recommend 01 Studio Cell. To be fair, I nearly bought 01 Studio Cell this month. Earlier this month, I went to a toy fair, Kapow Toys. They had one. I was very much on the fence throughout it, but it was these guys that kind of helped me back, because this was when Kian and I were discussing whether or not I would buy it from him, so kind of had to prioritize these. Do you think we will get a Defensor next year because of the leak of Rook? Now, I have a theory. I have a horrifying theory. In fact, I'm going to set it back to this camera for this theory. I have a very bad feeling that we are not going to be getting Defensor anytime soon. I also have a funny feeling that that Rook is not going to be Protectobot Rook, but is going to be Universe Rook, who is a Windcharger repaint. We're seeing a lot of Universe stuff lately, and I think that makes too much sense. And I'd love for it to be Protectobot Rook, but I just don't see that happening. But it could be. We never know. Oh, shit. Caught it. Yeah. Right, I'm going to set this guy back here for now. If this guy goes for a tumble, then you are going to see the biggest, horrifying level of fear in my entire life. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Might as well transform these guys. Got some Micromasters. I don't much care for Micromasters, but at least it's a little extra something. They're just kind of alright. I think I've already had a go on these molds before. Or at least I believe I do. I don't know if these molds are exclusive. I know the ones for Deathsaurus are, but what are they called? Peepo and Bota. But these ones, Fire and Holly. Red Dwarf joke here. They don't seem as like uniquely sculpted to me. They feel pretty flimsy, so I would be willing to bet that they are probably from Siege and just repainted. Siege or Earthrise, one of the two, and I ripped him in half. Excellent start. Yeah, okay. Not bad, but not worth any more time than that. These are fine. There we go. Little bonus. I think the leaked Rook is a Windcharger retool instead. Yeah. How would they even get Gru's motorcycle alt mode to work in with the combiner skeleton? I don't know. I wonder if they would do maybe like a reversible leg for it. I think now's the time that we get out this horrible thing. Let's flatten his feet so he can stand. This just looks ridiculous. Like, genuinely, like, properly ridiculous to me. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Have I seen the reveal of the Armada Unicron KO? No, I have not. I don't really do KOs. Yep, Fire and Holly were repaints of Micromasters. If not the Fencer, what combiner do you think we'll get next from Hasbro? I don't know which combiner we get next. I honestly don't know either which one they do or which one I want. I'd really like a Predaking. A Defensor could be fun. Part of me wonders if they do Computron first, just because Defensor's like... He's more iconic, but he's also less liked, I think. Part of me wonders if the next one we're going to see is actually from a different continuity. Like, maybe the R-Idea-1 Train guys. I don't know. We'll see. The chrome is a little scratched on this one, unfortunately. Can I do a size comparison with SS86 Prime? Yes, I can. Here's a Prime with a hole in his guts. About head-to-head. And Star Saber. I keep wanting to call them, like, their names, but the other way around. Star Saber is quite a bit bigger. I don't know if they do a Primus. Unicron was barely funded, so I'm not sure if that would be on the cards. But this little guy, bit derpy. Very what the hell? Okay. Yeah, not sure this is great, but certainly interesting. No wastes. Chipped chrome, very limited. This, you know what this feels like to me? This feels like something from Power of the Primes with better plastic. I don't know if that's just me. Not sure. Oh, the guns are for him. The big guns. Maybe he'll get some extra presents from these. Yeah. Can somebody let me know if this little blaster is for Star Saber, Victory Leo, or just like the mini smaller saber that goes in Star Saber's chair? Oh my god. I keep nearly dropping everything. I can't get anything out. It's not that hard. This is why I hate clamshells. Ah, there we go. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm assuming these go in the back here. Okay, that spruces him up just enough, I think. That gives him a little bit of much-needed presence. He now has some verticality, a little bit of drama to him. That is a little nicer, at least. Chat time. Morning, Doc. How we doing? Tried Toy Hacks for the first time last week on 86 Optimus. Looks amazing, but the process sucked. I quite enjoy putting on Toy Hacks. I mean, I've got a few. I've got this kit, which was sorely needed. Makes them look much, much nicer. Quick Strike. I've got a whole envelope, which I was about to show you my full home address and full name on, but so I thought against it. But an envelope turned up with like maybe 6, maybe 7. I'm sorry. I had to. I'm sorry. A few more Toy Hack sets. So I'm eager to get those installed. Guns for the mini Star Saber. Or the smaller Saber. I really need to get used to these names. My god. But yeah. Didn't they have to have 2 separate crowdfunding campaigns for HASLAB Unicron? I can't remember. I'll be perfectly honest. That was before I got back into the franchise. Well, not the franchise per se. I always loved Transformers, but the actual, like, collecting side of it, I kind of stayed away from for a long time. Because I had things like school and I don't know, a social life before I decided that toys were more important. Yeah, some video instructions for toy hacks could definitely help. I'll give you that one. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about little Victory Leo here. He's got... Excuse me once again. Don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the heat. Those are some very tight rackets. I'm going to assume that those are some part to do with the... What the hell? I don't think that's the actual hip, or at least I hope not. Okay, there's a transformation joint that comes undone before the actual hip ratchet. That's always fun. Yeah, I'm not sure what I think about this guy or what to make of him just yet. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these guys transformed and see what I think from there. So, what's on the back? My God. I don't know if any of you were here, or who was here when I showed it off, but the instruction leaflet here is too big. It's entirely too big. Let me have a look. I think Toy Hacks is therapeutic. No, it isn't for everyone. My partner hates stickering, but likes the look, so I do it for here. Which lets me do more stickering. Yeah, wonderful. To be fair, a lot of my Toy Hack sets that I've applied have been for a sponsored segment, so I've been under kind of a time crunch with putting it on. That kind of stresses me out, but usually I love applying stickers. Did people get refunds for their broken Omega Primes? I don't even know if people did. I mean, the only experience that I personally knew where somebody sent theirs back was good old Kian, who sold me these. He sold on his Omega Prime, and then they just sent him a replacement Corebot Optimus. The hell's up with that? Very strange, but yeah. Right. I'm going to set myself back to this camera for a minute so I can transform good old Victorious Leonard. That's his name now. Right, so that needs a little bit of force. Okay, that's that, that's that. Pop something off. Get back in there. Get back in. There we go. I will. Thank you very much for stopping by, Doc. Have a good one. A Hasbro figure's even worth it. It depends on whether or not you can... I stumbled over that. What the hell? It depends on whether or not you've convinced yourself they're worth it. I kind of see that they aren't, but I collect them anyway. But also, the other things that I enjoy collecting, like Mafex, are a lot more expensive. So Hasbro suit my needs. They're also very accessible, which I think helps. These two, this and Deathsaurus, who I will take a look at in a little bit, are probably not worth the cost, especially what I paid, but there's certainly a fun factor to them that you get from a very experienced toy company. What the hell? Don't tell me that's his tail. Surely not. Surely these must be like the feet for the combined form. Quick question, will I be getting the limbs for Nexus Prime? Probably. It's my job. There we go. It's not the most exciting transformation I've seen, but at least it is one. I think I'm almost there. What else? Is that it? Tell me this. Alright. Okay, that's it. Oh no. He needs a giant cannon on his back as well. What are you? What have I spent this money on? What the hell? Where is that port? It's just gonna... I don't know what I'm looking for here. Okay, that folds down like so. All right. How do I connect this? What do I do? I'm lost. I'm lost, people. It's showing me this thing. I think... that is what it wants from me. Alright. There we go. Lion Man. Let's read some chats. Cheers, Bazza. Like the 86 Optimus Prime, but I find the price not being worth it. The articulation is alright, kill just kills. Yeah, to be fair, 86 Optimus Prime is overpriced. I do firmly think so. Like, I love that figure, but this version, which is 50 quid instead of 90 and just comes without the trailer and a hole in his stomach, much, much nicer. Much more worthwhile and more validating, I think. Hasbro just kind of been releasing figures whenever they feel like it, specifically MMT and Megatron and Onslaught. Kinda. I mean, in the UK, we aren't supposed to be getting Megatron till like September. Onslaught till August. I do have one on the way from Australia, but if not, then be waiting for a while. Hasbro's release times lately have been a bit iffy. That is not going to stand like that. I'm just going to set them down like so. To be honest, I don't think Hasbro should wait until the next toy line to release the limbs for him. At least give us the torso separate release for like $10, $15. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of don't mind them waiting a little while to do the limbs. Which Age of the Primes Deluxe do I think should have been a Voyager? That's an interesting question. Ooh. I'm going to be honest, probably Alchemist. Alchemist is just very boring to me. I wish they could have done something more interesting with it. Solus, I think, could have easily, could have been a lot better with that jump in the size class, but I don't think she's that bad for what she is. I don't know. I think Age of the Primes as a toy line is fairly fine, but it could use a little something extra. It's not quite as good as its predecessors. But yeah, a little bit of chat. I realized I didn't actually show this guy off properly. This mode is terrible, but it's kind of funny, I suppose. So that's fine. Nexus should have been a leader. I quite agree, but I don't think anyone would have bought it. Not apart from like the hardcore fans. The thing is, the leader price point has to be reserved for either big and recognizable toys or big and cool toys. And Nexus, as is, I just don't think has quite enough appeal. Lyokais are coming Thursday. All of you guys enjoy your Lyokaisers. I will be enjoying waiting until probably November for mine. I don't know. It depends on when we get ours this year. UK releases for HASLABS are notoriously shit. Right. Gonna have a go on getting little Saber out. I don't think I'm gonna do the base mode for this guy. I think I'm just gonna worry about doing the little fella and then get them all back together as Victory Saber. Then I'll move on to Deathsaurus because it is getting late. I don't think I have time to cover every single feature, but we ball. Okay. It doesn't look that difficult to figure out. Oh, those probably come apart like that. Yep. Oh my god, what the hell? Okay, maybe this is a bit more complicated than I thought. Jesus. These guys are all right. They're not brilliant. So far, I'm really enjoying the big combined Star Saber. Victory Leo I'm a bit indifferent on, but I'm sure once I get them all combined and have a bit more time to play with all of the features, maybe I'll enjoy it just a touch more. I'm mostly just confused about how I'm supposed to do this, because it's really weird. Is it like that? Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's a weird little transformation joint, these legs. You kind of have to shift it like out and in or something. It's very odd. Kind of get it now. It's not terrible, but just unusual, you know? There we go. Okay, he's got some long arms. Then the little gun for Saber himself. And hasn't he got the little... Just go back to minicam. Wish that the way they did Nexus was make his entire body, the body of the commander like they did with the old Combinables figure. Then he would be a commander, which would suck. I don't know. I'm kind of fine with the way that they're doing Nexus. I think Could it be done better? Probably. Does it need to be done better? No. Yeah, Christ. Oh, God. Look at that. I'm not even going to bother trying to get out, but can you see how small this guy is? In a... No way in hell. I'm losing that. I'm going to inhale it. But... There's him. And his little pal. This is excellent representation of the adoption process. I've completely lost my words, good God. I'm sorry that this stream is so incoherent. I meant to do this a few hours earlier, but life got in the way. By life, I mean a barbecue. The old combiner style would have made me skipping DBH such a step back. I agree. I prefer the skeleton combiners. As someone with a couple of Combiner Wars guys, the skeletons just do it in a much more appealing way, in my opinion. But yeah. Little guy there. Yeah, it does depend on when the auxiliary team releases. Hello. I think I'm going to stick this guy back together into Victory Leo, and then we can move on to Deathsaurus, who is what I'm actually excited about. This guy's fine, but Deathsaurus he is not. He is just a guy. So... I'll be honest, so far, the Victory Saber set, I'm not unimpressed, because I didn't expect to think a huge amount of this, but it's not very impressive. Like, it's cool for sure. It's very, very big and very neat, but there's just... I can see the room. Oh my God, I threw his head across the room. I can see range for maybe just a little bit more refinement here. My camera's just died. Excellent. Oh, joy. Oh, he does have a bit of an ab crunch. Did not even notice that. Right, I think that is all tabbed back together. Apart from the leg, which is untabbed itself again. Yeah, this little loose knee here. It's kind of annoying. Single-handedly funding the Transformers collection. Yes, he is. Patron from day one. Right. So, combining these two. This is going to be an ordeal. Is he going to stand? Yes, he is. A bit of persuasion. So... First, I need to get this guy back into bot mode as well. Wonderful. TFP Arachnid would be a nice update. I don't know. That's not my favorite design or character. Arachnid's just a bit bleh to me. Black Arachnia without any source of any other version. Instead, she's edgy. That is, like, that feels stuck. There we go. Right. So, we have foot. Fists. On the go. Hands backwards. We've got some more questions. MrLoubat, what show do you think needs more modern updates? I think Cybertron has a lot of cool ideas and characters, but I just don't think they've been choosing the right ones. I feel if we saw a better version of Optimus, definitely... Sorry, that was a moth. Definitely a Megatron. Just some other cool things, because we have had a lot from Cybertron, but I don't know. Some of it could do with being a little bit more interesting. Let's do that. Let's do these. Yeah, new Cybertron, Megatron, please, absolutely. That design is total insanity, and I adore it. I would also love an update on RID Megatron or Gigatron or whatever you want to call him. Just a really neat idea. Alright, there's these. That's stuck again, so let's use the blaster to get them out. There we go. I think I'm getting somewhere with this. I have a backpack. Backpack for Star Saber. More TFP Decepticons. Animated Shockwave and Megatron. I love animated Shockwave and Megatron. That could be cool. One use I've found for Saber's green effects is to have Legion Quintus hold them like magic hand effects. That could be cool. Cybertron, Megatron, RID 2015. I don't like any of the designs from that show. Like, even the admittedly cool ideas for the Decepticons in that show, where they're all like bug creatures. I think the idea was great. The execution was a bit of a flop. Nexus and Amalgamus are small for Voyagers and should have been about... I don't know. Nexus and Amalgamus feel substantial as Voyagers to me. Animated Blitzwing, yeah, for sure. For sure, indeed. I'd love to see that design done justice. Okay. Oh my god. How does this work? What? This is fascinating. Half of this doesn't feel like a Transformer. This feels more like an old Power Rangers toy. Alright, close the legs back up. Also, how are you guys liking the stream format? Because I'm kind of trying something interesting here, and I'm hoping that it will work for when I eventually do stream the unboxing of Kaiser, which is like not even an if, it's gonna be happening. I'm very excited for that thing, and I want to experience it with a few other people, hopefully during the daytime where I'm not completely knackered from a hot day. Aha, that's how that works. Alright. I've turned this line into a shoe. But yeah, when Kaiser comes out, he's definitely getting the live treatment. Right, I take it the chrome is on the outside here. So let's put those down there. Get on with this. Good so far, please stream more. Hello. I like streaming. It's just a bit inconvenient for me because I'm work night shifts. So like I don't have a good time where I just don't have a window late very often. It's a bank holiday today, so I'm not working, but usually it's not the most convenient thing for me to do. But I would love to stream a little bit more. You know, occasionally bust out figure and just play with it for a little bit, or I love to stream a game occasionally. I'm not the best at interacting with chat when I do because I tend to lock in and just everything else becomes secondary, but it is fun. Okay, so backpack first. That seems pretty simple. So you go in there, and you go in there. Got some big wings. Then feet. We almost have a victory saber. We're almost there. Okay. Oh, that is quite nice and solid. That is a high angle pivot, though. I'm hoping that with the stand in place. Oh! Oh, damn. Alright. Wait, I just managed to... Huh. Okay, I can straighten his leg. Crisis averted. Yeah, he just stands on the stand at this point. Wow, he stands on the stand. Incredible. Such innovative... What am I talking about? Such innovative commentary, MrLoubat. This stream is a shit show. How can he hold this? I'm taking it that there are a couple of interesting ways that aren't detailed in the instructions. Wonderful. They are detailed in the instructions. Even better. I don't have to complain about anything. So. So there's that. Got the sword. Where can I put the blaster? I can stick the blaster onto the other blaster. Arm him up fully. And there we go. This absolute obscenity that is HASLAB Victory Saber with holly and fire. And this which I take it goes onto the stand somewhere here. Yeah, probably. I'm not going to muck about with blast effects right now, but I will pack a little bit of this away, and that stopped playing. Music's back. I need to swap my camera battery. Oh, God. There we go. That should be working. Boom. There we go. Let's see if I can finagle this back away. Okay. Come on. There we go. Music's gone again. Welcome, Chambalism, to the stream! You have been here for a bit. I didn't notice. Now that we have a good shot of the fully combined Victory Saber, I am going to let the stream sit for just a moment. Moving back into the middle. There we go. Get you a bit of a turnaround. A very large, slightly rickety, very expensive, but very cool toy. I'm quite pleased with that. So, $67, no way. To be fair, that is an egregious price. But also, I say it every single time. I'll say it every time there is something like that that comes up. The prices for everything in the UK are stupidly higher than they are in the States, because we just translate the digits rather than the actual currency. I think a standard leader over here in the UK is about $73. So 50 quid in the UK is not quite so bad. But yes, I will be buying the Sentinel Artifact Pack because I like the look of it. I just like it. It looks neat, and I don't mind that. But yeah, there we go. This is much bigger than I expected it was going to be. I might need to buy a new shelving unit. Should we do Deathsaurus? Let's get these guys out of here. And let's move this guy over here. I'm quite chuffed with this thing. I really am. I wasn't overly impressed at first, but messing with it a little bit, and especially getting it combined, the grandiosity has kind of improved. So, get the pizza board off of there. Just whack the table fully. It's a bit of tie. The bigger boy. It's a bit cold. Joe, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not. It's really not. It's still boiling. The fan is still on. I kid you not, people. I kid you not. It is so hot in the UK and in my bedroom that my fan exploded. And I had to go out and buy a new one today before this stream, which is what held it up. I was going to film it earlier, but I had to go out and buy a new fan because I was sitting there just enjoying a nice cool breeze, and all of a sudden I smell a burning. I smell a burning. Look over at my fan because it's coming from that direction, and I just see some sizzling coming out the back, and then my fan just goes pop. So that's marvelous. That fan served me for like 6 years. Deathsaurus time. Deathsaurus is awesome. Yes, he is. What is my favorite Gundam? I have not got many Gundam figures, but I really like just the classic Gundam from Gundam Seed. It's just got a really interesting updated version of the original Gundam, and I like that version. Want to get into Gundam, don't know where to start. Any recommendations? Honestly, I experienced the build for the first time. I got an entry grade kit just so I could experience the build, and it was like a tenner. And then once I enjoyed it, I figured I'll buy some more, and then I never did, because my channel kicked off and I needed to spend a lot more money on figures with an Autobot symbol on the corner. But yeah, let's get this guy out. First off, I'm just going to do a quick box turnaround, because this box deserves to be appreciated. Look at that art. Look at that. That's lovely. It's a very different box from what Victory Saber came in. That thing was all metallic prints, and it was very esteemed, whereas this is like, oh, look at that thing! Look at that big bastard and his bird friend and his Living metal destroying cannon. That almost got me. Tongue twister. I just bought these 2 HASLABs, yeah. I got them today. Get a high grade, don't get an entry grade. They're a ticking time bomb. Yeah, no, that's very fair. I just got the entry grades because they were there and they were cheap. That is a gorgeous, like, foiled Decepticon. ASMR. That wasn't necessary, I'm sorry. What's on the bottom? Stuff. What's on the top? Victory. Thesaurus. Or Deathsaurus. If you're, cowardly Hasbro. I think we should get this guy out. Oh yeah, he comes in like there's several different boxes. So what we get on this one? That's a chair and a bunch of accessories and the instructions. Let's show that off for a second. You can't really see it, but okay. Oh yeah, I do have a baggie with the blast effects, Peepo and Bota. What's next in this? Oh god. Is that everything? Nope, there's one more. There's one more in here. This big thing. There's an empty box, which is never being thrown. Nobody's ever getting me to throw these things. You could not pay me any amount of money to throw these boxes. Oh. 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 Okay. Chrome chest. Chrome breasts. Shield. And his little friend. And the moment I certainly have been waiting for. Just hope nothing falls out. Oh god, he almost fell out, yeah. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Oh god. Oh, he's fallen to bits. My goodness. Look at that thing. It's beautiful. The vibe is so different from Victory Saber. He's so heavy. He's so heavy. Oh my god. The joints are so crisp. Whoa. Instantly, I feel a lot more validated in my purchase for this. Ooh, you hear that? That's a ratchet. Victory Saber's ratchets were fine. These are succulent. This is just the absolute majesty of this thing. Oh my god. With Victory Saber, it was kind of a little bit bleh. He's very generationsified and the proportions, he was very busy. This is just so grand. There's just an instant impact to getting this thing out. The Void is hungry. It's gonna eat me in my sleep one day. But, oh my god. That's fantastic. It's time to get the pizza cutter back out. Or the pizza wheel, or the pizza board, or the Lazy Susan, or whatever you want to call it. So I can do some rotation. Just soak that in. My word. I don't blame Kian for being a bit upset when he was parting with this thing. This is gorgeous. But I think we need to get him kitted out so he's even more gorgeouser. Because that's a word. Didn't know if you knew that. So, I don't even know where to start. I genuinely don't know. I'm flabbergasted. Got an arrow. We've got a friggin' cutlass. This is heavy. This would actually get hurt to hit with. Or hurt to get hit with. Yeah, those are words. Ah. Come on. Ah. Come on out. Time to fight another clamshell. A lot of this video is just me fighting with a clamshell. There we go. A disc. This, which I believe is the tail. Bird friend. Very shiny dog friend. This thing, which I believe is gonna, if I was to take a guess, I'm gonna say that probably tabs on there, and that acts as like a shield. Fighting with this box. An instruction manual. Oh. A legitimate actual flail with entirely plastic links. I don't know how much I trust this thing. The living metal destroying cannon. Oh my god, it's huge. Holy shit. Oh my god. I did. What the hell? I didn't know it was that big. What the hell, man? Why has it got fingers? Why does a gun need fingers? Oh my god. This is the best thing ever. I have no regrets. So, we also have a chair, which I believe can plug on here, yeah. This can just sit there for the moment. And also a standard base plate. Ooh. There we go, standard base plate. And also oh god, this ain't closing. Give me a minute, boys. Gotta close this up. There we go. Get that all back in the box quickly, so I can enjoy the rest of this without having to clean up later. Oh my god. There was a little bit of remorse in opening Victory Saber. There is none with this guy. I am so happy. There we go. A little baggie with the last of his accessories. We've got 2 trees of Ribena flavored blast effects and the absolute delights of Peepo and Bota. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. I've spent so much money. I'm so happy though. Oh. I got a bit caught up in that. How we doing, chat? Got a little distracted. Oh my god. You're not too late, Mark. I have already opened the first of the big boys. Just here. And I just cracked open Deathsaurus, who is just the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen in my life. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the chair over here. And once again, I'm going to play a little bit of time towards the little guys. So I'll stand this guy up on his display base, which is very lovely, as you can see. Will I be reviewing these guys or no? I don't know. Oh yeah, Deathsaurus goes hard with that t-shirt. I don't know if I will. I might in time, but I don't think it's something that I would rush into. These were something that I got because I really wanted them. More so than I had the itch to review them. I definitely will be reviewing Lyokaiser. I just feel like these two have kind of had their day. But who knows, maybe after Lyokaiser I might break them out. With the camera and all. Okay. There we have Bota. That is incredibly charming. That's lovely. And, oh, good old Peepo. Oh, just... Compared to the ones that came with Victory Saber, these two are absolutely just the most, like, charming little Micromasters that you could imagine. Those two felt a little bit, not rip-offy, but I believe those were stretch goals and they were not worth it. That's a little spider crawling across the room. Hello, little guy. Yeah, look at that. So simple, so much fun, and just so much more solid and charming than the other two were. It's nice to have original molds for these two as stretch goals. Although I can't remember what the stretch goals were. Was it the throne and base? Maybe the cannon? Can't remember. Peepo is just called Woo Woo. I'm aware and I love it. I genuinely love it. Like, you can claim every figure as a business expense. That is true. It's amazing. I think I'm going to do his bird friend now. Well, actually, before I do his bird friend, I'm just going to show the gimmick. Where you can, in fact... That's upside down. Where you can, in fact... Get that in his chest. And him as well. And that's just completed the look. I forgot I was doing that and now I'm impressed. Oh my god. I need to take that off before I start to cry. Let's get you out. Let's not get my finger stuck in there, but let's just do that. Bring him back to the back. So I can do bird friend. Because I don't want to get demonetized for saying the B word. Beyonce. That's quite tight. That's very tight. Word. Oh, there we go. That's alright. That's decent, isn't it? Look at that. It's not a bad little cassette bird guy. Well, I say little, that's probably about the height of a deluxe, but not bad at all. See if I can actually stand him a little bit better. There we go. Not half bad. And then little dog friend. Head extends. Feet extend. See, I don't get how this thing feels more complete and fulfilling than the whole of Victory Leo did. Temu Laserbeak, that is true. That is true. Okay, this extends around like that. And he's sitting at an angle? Or is... go back in like that? I think that goes back in. Okay. There's a lot of transforming because this guy is the he's the bow, isn't he? Hang on, I think I need a tool for that. Let's grab my incredibly sophisticated parts separator. See if I can unstuck this bit. There we go, that looks like a little tail, doesn't it? That's adorable. Come on. Look at him. Look at his little legs. I love him. Oh, little pal. Where did I get them? I bought them from our good pal Kean's McCollection, who was offloading them to make the money back from buying a HASLAB Galactus on the aftermarket. The parts separator was stolen from my granddad's toolbox. Best place to find anything. Right. Let's put this back together a little bit. Surely these sit a little bit more flush. Yes, so those sit like that instead. There we go, that's a bit more cubic. Get them back like that. Favorite upgrade kit company? I don't know, I've only ever gotten from Newbie and DNA, and DNA has had like a 50-50 track record of really well-designed kits, and ones that either have big design flaws or QC issues for me, so I can't really comment much on upgrade kits. Deathsaurus has just powered up Soundwave. I can see it. Very sound-wavy. Big blue square. Has a cat. It all lines up, doesn't it? This bloody spider is all over the place. He's having zoomies. You ever seen a spider have zoomies? He's just rushing all over my carpet. Okay. So, I'm going to bring back the big boy. Get bird breast in there. Get... I missed a step. Huh. Why won't you plug in now? This was behaving just fine earlier, then I transformed it. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Ain't that nice? Ain't that nice? Shake his hand. Right. Toy Hacks could be considered an upgrade kit company. It would probably be Toy Hacks because I like a lot of what they do. Yeah. To be fair, my Spidey cosplay is right behind these guys. He's literally sitting back here on the hanger. That was too warm to wear on the con day, so I spent weeks working on it for no reason. Alright, let's get him a couple of weapons on the go. I'm gonna take him off the stand for a moment. So tight. This guy really is in great condition. I don't know if it's just great condition or better design, but this guy is so much nicer in hand than Victory Saber was. Let's see if I can get that in there. Come on, get in. Make him dab. Oh, you bastard, that's a great idea. Sorry, accessories gonna have to wait. Accessories are gonna have to wait, people. New content creator Honey Rock YT has requested dab, and we must make it happen. Go subscribe to Honey Rock right now. Do it. And then come back to this stream, and we'll continue with weapons. Go check out the Devastation Bumblebee review as well. Am I excited for Spider Noir? Somewhat. I have faith in Nick Cage, in that it'll be good, and his performance will be good. I don't have faith in Sony. We do love a dab in this house. What am I talking about? Okay, we've all subscribed to Honey Rock. Good. Let's get this shield in his hands. Get in there. Right, let's take that off. Sway that. There we go. Now. There you go. We have a shield. And I think I like the idea of the mace pairing with that. Are there any reports of breakages, do we know, about the mace? Because I really don't trust it, but it's also really cool. There we go. We do love Honey Rock in this house. MrLoubat, not so much. That guy's a bastard. Oh my god. Crisis averted. Somebody clip that. There we go. Let's get him some more stable footing. There we go. That's something special, isn't it? What else can we get him kitted out with before we transform him? Sword. See how the sword looks. Banging, mega, insane, obscenely enormous. My goodness. Let's get the that out of his hands. Let's see what the living metal destroying cannon is like in hand. It's big. That's what. I don't know what else I could have expected with that. It's just a big gun. And he can't bend his arm with it. Excellent. Deathsaurus is the best HASLAB they've ever done. So far, out of the 2 HASLABs I own, I'd be inclined to agree. This is something special. Oh wait, does he... The fingers are on like a... like that. That's weird. That's very strange. Why not, like, trigger finger? Is that for, maybe the bow? No. That's very odd. Speaking of the bow, see if we can figure that out. We don't use instructions very often here on the MrLoubat channel to varying degrees of success, so... see if this even works. How do I... You know what, I'm not going to chance it and break this toy that I spent a lot of money on. The gun can lock into the shoulder. That's good to know, thank you very much. He's probably about the size of Jetfire, isn't he? Yeah, he looks it. Okay, there. I missed this thing. If I just poke that through. There we go. There we go. That's the piece that I was missing to make this into a bow. So, get a bird pal out of there. And just line that up. The ratchets on this thing are something else. Genuinely, these feel incredible. Does he have some butterfly? Kinda? I think. Oh no, yes he definitively does. That's very nice. I do love a butterfly joint. I think we all love a butterfly joint. Say butterfly in chat if you love a butterfly joint. Did I get Lyakaiser too? I have ordered him, but I'm in the UK, so it is not likely to turn up until much later on in the year. So that's regional luck for you. We ball. You hate butterfly joints, you're fired. You're fired from the stream. Flutterby. I love a butterfly joint. It's very expressive. I love getting a like an angry pose with a butterfly joint. But yeah. I think what I'll do is I'll get him in the throne for a moment. And then I will have a go at transforming him, which I don't suspect will be very difficult, I'll be perfectly honest. It really is the hand feel of this guy that does it. It's so nice. Now, to sit him in the throne, don't you have to, like, engage a secondary knee or something? Yeah, is it like that? I think you have to fold the knee, the pad, Get him sat like that. Do you have to fold in the heels as well? Transforming Transformer without transformation music? It can be done because I didn't set up the transfer music? The transformation music for the stream. I didn't think that far. Tool time. Liokaiser or Deathsaurus? In terms of excitement or in terms of the quality of the figure? Because I wouldn't know about the quality of Liokaiser, but Deathsaurus is definitely going to be hard to beat. But I am more excited about Liokaiser, let that be known. I do adore a combiner. Oh, that's neat. That's tidy. I love that. Okay, so this guy actually, he like properly tabs in to his chair. Backpack like slides in and locks it into place. I really appreciate that. That's not transformed right. There we go. There, that's some grandiosity, isn't it? Does this mean I'll be getting Unicron too? We'll see. I don't think I have either this. Well, I don't. It's not that I don't think. I definitely don't have the space for a Unicron. But if the opportunity arose and I had the space and I could get it for 700 tops, then yeah, I'd probably go for a Unicron just for the grandiosity of him. If we get him posed up a little bit with his sword here. That could be pretty good if he could hold the sword like that, which it doesn't seem he can. No, that's a shame. Just gonna have the sword kind of like... I suppose I could just like hold the hand around it. There we go. That's kind of neat. Seen a Unicron go for 1900 locally. Yeah, that's not surprising. I went to a toy fair recently, and there was a Unicron, 1500. It's like more than double what I would spend to get that thing. It's cool, but I wouldn't pay the price that it goes for. That's the thing. It's the thing that holds it back. But there we have a Deathsaurus in his throne. Now I am aware that you can plug all of the accessories onto him, but it's like half 11. So I ain't gonna do that. What I am gonna do is get a transition going and transform him. You get the washed out colorless camera now. I genuinely, I want to figure out how this works, but I don't know how it works. So if anyone could give me any tips on not breaking it in the comments, that would be greatly appreciated. There we go. It's a good start. I'm willing to bet this guy isn't overcomplicated, but he is probably just going to have a few extra little steps that would catch me out. Seems like that kind of release. Like that. I didn't realize that would work that way. How are we all doing then, right now? Don't know if this is the same crowd as earlier entirely. I think there's a couple of familiar faces still. We doing well? Anyone in the UK enjoying the heat? I'm not. It's too hot. Oh, interesting. Okay. First off, that looks like it's gonna... I can't make out how that wants to move. Ah! Like so. Okay. Not too bad. So the other hand as well. Still here. Slenderman Lubat camp, yep. I'm white as a goddamn sheet. Okay. Kind of expected the torso to rotate around or something, but it seems not. Oh, he has an ab crunch. I didn't even notice. The more you know. Oh, why are the little tiny arms even necessary? What are these gonna do? Oh, God. I love this. This is excellent. I have a feeling this wants to rotate backwards. If I'm not going to use the instructions, I'm just going to take note of them. Nope, I had it right the first time. Aha! Alright, getting somewhere. Well, I'm not sure about the structural integrity of some of this. I've got the parts forming piece. Does that connect during? Or... Okay, so that locks that all together. What am I missing here? Why don't you stay in place? Because I didn't press the tab down, Alan. That makes sense. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm popped. I'm popped. That's not a word. I'm tapped. Oh my god. That took some effort. Right. Some of this ain't sitting. How was Star Saber? Well, quick break from transformation. Popping down. Now, Star Saber, missed that part of the stream. Star Saber was alright. Not as good as Deathsaurus. Bit rickety, but cool. Hold the cannon. Skirvoosh. What else? What do you think the next HASLAB's going to be? RID 2001 Megs would be cool. Rail Racer as well would be really cool. I'm kind of hoping that maybe they keep the combiner streak going and do just Predaking, because I think that could be really cool in the same style as Flyer Kaiser. The comic Gen 1 Hot Rod figure. Flame. That's it's not Hot Rod, that is comic edition Flame. Yep. Big Chicken, Armory's Griffin. Hello. Oh, the tiny arms can hold the cannon. I thought you meant me hold the cannon. I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I can see how that works. That's cool. I'm mostly concerned right now because the robot feet are sitting at a funny angle, and the instructions don't look like they should be sitting at that angle. So I don't know if I've done something catastrophically wrong. I think I'm just going to go with this because it seems solid and stable enough. Got some wide birthing hips. Nice. Opening chicken mouth. That's kind of sharp, actually. Oh. I love the fact that these wings, side note, these parts, not just printing, but a red insert piece. That's some quality. Okay, now let's get the let's get Satan's pet chicken to hold the cannon, I suppose. They even gave the death chicken mode butterfly joints. That's some commitment. That's some real commitment to the bit. I think if it works that way, then this can probably hold all of the accessories. There we go. Alright. You want a death chicken? There's your death chicken. A chicken with a bazooka and a cutlass. What an amazing piece of engineering from Hasbro themselves. Oh my god. Right. Quick chat break. It is perhaps Ango time. No, I got it. I do got it. Instructions pretty straightforward from personal experience. Yep. I think Deathsaurus' last name will be Sanders. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. Maybe... What's a decent surname for an evil chicken? Chat, what do we think Deathsaurus' surname would be? Sunras. Deathsaurus as an 86 Grimlock would have been a travesty. This is so much better. Hello, I hope you're having a good day. And plus, I think either Landcross or Road Caesar from Transformers Victory would be cool. But it would be a long stretch if they did that, which would be cool. Yeah, they would. Clucksworth. Yeah, Clucksworth. Deathsaurus Clucksworth. That could be good. I'm going to pull from my British name catalogues of people I've met and say that Deathsaurus Krago would be pretty spot on, I think. Just completely average. It's just a fella. Nobody gets to know the second name. I do wonder if I could just take this guy apart for 1 second. I do wonder, can I keep the... I just put my part separator back in my little bits. Let's not chip the paint, so it's very carefully. Come on. Come on, buddy. There we go. Oh, that was slightly scary. I wonder if I can keep the parts forming handle piece on the inside when this guy is transformed. No, I cannot. That's a shame. If I tilt it that way. Yes, I can. All right. That's helpful. That is quite helpful. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Deathsaurus, for being very user-friendly. All right. Chicken of Doom. Everybody. I think what I'll do is I'll get him in the stand in this mode. If I take that off. Because I believe that is something I can do. Same with Victory Saber. It's nearly midnight, so I don't really have time to show off Victory Saber's combined vehicle mode. But, as is, I think you can do that. And then, how would this go? This looks like it goes into... Is it this port? No. Somebody help me out. Instructions. Do your thing. Instruct me. Ah, right. I need the thing. The thing that was in Victory Saber's box. That explains it. Okay, there we go. So that is then inserted into the grundle, I suppose. But it does allow Deathsaurus to be on the stand in this mode, and then I assume, yep, you can use the arcing back. You know, like that. And also keep these pieces on in this mode, which is rather lovely. Where else can I put this? Put that in his mouth as well. Why not? See if I can balance that. Get you over here. Blast effects. Just gonna keep over to this side for now. And they can breathe lasers. His mouth's busy. Oh god, that sounded a bit iffy. Ignore I said that. So there we have the combined form of Victory Saber with Holly and Fire. And the Deathsaurus with Peepo and Bota. That is incredible. I'm quite pleased. There's a very dramatic set of toys. Very expensive. To be fair, I paid a decent price for the aftermarket versions of these two. If anyone would like to place any guesses at what I paid, then I will say. But I'd say it was pretty fair. friend Flatfosaurus. It was one price to get the both of these guys. It was, I bought the both of them from one fella. $500 is bang on the money. Yeah, $500 for these two. So I think I paid a decent price. Bearing in mind that is 500 GBP, which is about 675 US dollars. So I think that's decent. But I'm satisfied with what I've got here for how much I paid. I'm probably going to do a lot more playing with these guys after the stream. I just kind of need to wrap it up because, you know, it's getting late. I've got people in the house that need to sleep. Not myself, obviously, because, you know, I have better priorities here. Yeah, pretty good. It's the benefit that you have when, once again, you purchase them from a friend by a handshake deal. When he says, "I really want to get a HASLAB Galactus, but I need to sell some stuff to make back the money for it," and you go, "I have an idea," and then suddenly you're both out 500 quid, but he'd made it back. So there we go. And why not? Let's bring Galaxy Shuttle in there as well. The Victory Legacy era. The whole of it. Unless I'm missing something. Yeah. Honestly, the prices that I've seen Victory Saber go for, I checked eBay today, and there's prices anywhere between 400 to 600 GBP for just this guy. It's not worth it. There's a lot you can do with this, but it's so much more rickety and kind of not flimsy, but it doesn't feel half as good as him. But any price up to like 350, I would say, is pretty justifiable for this. This is like maybe the best Decepticon in my collection at the moment. I don't want to rush to it, but I've got a lot of Decepticon figures, but this is the first time I've gotten the kind of Commander play pattern as a big figure. But all the extra accessories, the ratchet joints, the plastic solidity, they really make this guy feel more worth it. But if you can see Deathsaurus for a decent price, I'd 100% recommend going for it. Victory Saber, the aftermarket prices probably aren't worth the money. Although I will say that probably part of that aftermarket price does go into getting one that doesn't have chipped chrome. I got lucky with this one because there's only a very slight scuff on part of Victory Leo, but the rest of the chrome, especially Victory Saber himself, his chest plate, that is in very good condition, and I'm very lucky to have been able to get one like that. Spinister Mogs Deathsaurus, actually, yeah, you're right. Fuck that thing. But no. If anyone wants a quick size comparison, I will be willing to take some suggestions on what I can put next to these guys. As I do have my collection to hand in here. What we got? Masterpiece scales with them. I can actually grab... I only have one Masterpiece figure, but I can grab it to compare. Just plopping down MPG Optimus Prime. I'd say that's a decent scale with these two. In fact, that's actually a really cool display. Omega Prime. I don't have Omega Prime. I probably never will have Omega Prime because it's really not my speed. Must Be Star Saber was a figure that I thought was really cool a while back, but I don't think it was ever one that I would have purchased. I'm much happier with like a Chug rendition like this. Yeah, lacking posing, I've heard that, and kind of a weird transformation, some other issues. I'm happier with this because it's like the full package. Even though this isn't great, this isn't ideal, it's still better. Any other scale size comparison recommendations before I wrap this up? And get myself to bed because it is midnight. I'll give a minute for the chats to come in as I am on a delay here. Um, 86 Astro Train. I can quickly transform him because he is not that difficult. Actually, for those of you who haven't seen the video, hot take. He's perfectly fine. He's a bit fugly, but he's really fun. Maybe a Titan? I'm not sure which ones I can actually get down because they're all at the back of my display. I guess I could put Star Convoy next to them, but it's not really like the standard Titan size. If I do another Star Saber like this one, people will complain. Probably. People would complain regardless, yeah. Good stream, thank you. I've enjoyed doing it. I think next time, I plan on bringing this format back for Lio Kaiser when I get him, because there's so much to that figure that I can probably get a good few hours out of it, and I was thinking maybe do a good long stream, maybe have a break in the middle, you know, get a couple of guest stars on so we can have a chat about it. And by guest stars, I mean just like bring my friends into a Discord call. And yeah, there we go. 86 Astro Train. for comparison. Anything else? Titan, yes. I'll bring forward this fellow a little bit and just stick in this big fella, who is quite a bit larger than the other two. And obviously, this guy, Star Convoy, he's the smallest Titan, but in comparison to the others, like, say, Tidal Wave is probably about here on him. So that would probably give you a decent idea of how big these two would be compared to a different Titan. I don't know if I'm in the minority, but core classes to compare. Dan the Man. There we go. Daniel the Manual. Lyo Kaiser I am much more excited for than these two, just because I don't think he'll be as good as like Deathsaurus here, but I love combiners. It's just my favorite part of the play pattern. I really thought it out. I really thought whether I was going to get Lyo Kaiser or not. I think I backed him within the last... I think I backed him within a week of the HASLAB crowdfund time ending, but I'm glad that I did, especially after handling these two and getting some time with them, getting some impressions. I have high hopes for Lyo Kaiser. How much? Is that Lyo Kaiser goes for 700? Am I reading that right, or am I just stupid? Because if so, I'm glad I crowdfunded him. Christ almighty. Yeah, that's... I don't even have that thing, and I can already tell that's entirely too much. 7 toys, sure. 7 toys of this quality, even better. Still not worth more than, like, 350, maybe. Nah, that just ain't it. I'm no stranger to overpaying for a figure. Just recently, I've acquired a not legacy. We're not in 2022 anymore. I've recently acquired an Age of the Primes Onslaught who is on his way to me. That thing I overpaid for, but at least I don't have to wait. Get some clout, but not that much. Not 600-700. Hey, we locked down. This toy right here, this is a crime. It's forced in my possession. I can never get rid of it. Right. No, I did not wait for Lyokaiser to be made. I purchased these from Kian's McCollection today. Well, I say today. I've been paying him in installments, but he dropped them off today. And Lyokaiser, as far as I can tell, does not ship out in the UK for quite a while, because we always get the good old HASLABS quite a bit later. But I'm looking forward to Lyokaiser. Right. I think I'm going to give some final thoughts before I wrap this all up. In total, don't overspend on this guy. Do overspend on this guy if you have to, because he's really good. Yes, I'm live streaming, I'm sorry, but it's about to end. I'm sorry. Go back and watch the VOD if necessary, but I'm afraid it is like 10 past midnight, so it's gonna have to be time to wrap it up. But yeah, these two are very fun. I'm glad I got them. I'm glad I got them for a very, very reasonable price, I suppose. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. It's late. It's very late. I've been going for like nearly 3 hours. But yeah. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. First, why did you eat an Amalgamous Prime box? Why did I eat an Amalgamous Prime box? Because it was delicious. Why else would you eat something? Sustenance? Nah. Flavor. Let's say good night. Yeah. Would I stream more often? If I get good attendance like I have today, sure. But the factor of what would I stream? Unboxings, they seem fairly reasonable, but with a chug figure, I can only go so far with it. And my unboxing shorts are like the bread and butter of my channel at this point. The reviews are my favorite. The reviews are the big thing that I'll work on, but a lot more people watch the unboxings. But I would be more than happy to sit down with figures occasionally, stream them. Maybe more gameplay streams, you know. But if I got time to, and the demand is there, then I'll be happy to stream a little bit more often. Now I would eat the Alpha Trion box. You know what, you're onto something there. That does actually sound pretty nice. Yeah, no, I'm never streaming again. It's all your fault. You can hold accountability for that. If Hasbro makes Gen/AOTP Evolution World, yes. Would he also be a shoulder cannon as well? I don't know, but I do want one. I really want a World. That would be awesome. Wild King. I'll be honest, I've got absolutely no opinions on Wild King. I've not checked any of it out. I've not played with any of it. It's not really my speed, and it's not a niche that I want to dive into because it is, of course, Japanese import stock, which is expensive. Even though I do, you know, have Japanese sponsors who like sending me free stuff. Keep an eye out for this video. But I don't think Wild King is something that I can really afford to slip into my collection. Star Saber is a great character. I'll be the judge of that, but all I know is he's a dad, which is fun. I love a robot that's a dad. Yeah. Right. I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you everyone for stopping by. Please, if you don't mind, pop us a like, because that'll help the channel out, I think. I don't know how streams work, but, you know, I gotta say it at the end of every video. You know, my little routine. But, Cyberworld, no. Not really interested in Cyberworld. I've handled the Cyberworld Optimus, but it's not my thing. Oh, Matumti Optimus. This one? This fella? The guy with a blunt sticking out of him? Yeah, he's great. But yeah, thank you everyone for stopping by. I will catch you all whenever I do this again. Either in a few weeks or a few months when it comes to Laokaiser, or with anything else. Maybe I'll sit down and stream Subnautica 2 for a few hours, because I have been playing way too much of that. I think that came out last Thursday and I'm already like 30 hours deep. It's insane. But anyway, cheers for stopping by. Ciao, ciao all. Have a good night.